At this location, on the date and time that you went through that you made the right-hand turn, there was not a sign there.
I came here yesterday about it to find out what can I do, and they told me to come today.
First of all, I believe you. The mistake you made was you were driving a car that wasn't registered, had somebody else's plates on it. We'll give her a break. We'll cut the fine in half. The real fine is $300 with the penalties. So I am stuck. What would you do to be fair about this whole thing? How much would you charge?
$50.
So you want to charge her $50.
I lost my stepdad from cancer.
You got 4 kids with 4 different women?
Yeah, so I'm just going through it. I ain't trying to blame it on nobody, but you know what I mean?
So it's hard for me to like walk and stuff. I do have a handicap sticker.
I mean, so you come in, you tell me I look good, but Inspector Quinn and Inspector Carrigan are handsome.
So?
Will a motorist's 17-year run of bad luck end today? He was charged with making a right-hand turn on red. He admitted being guilty without even thinking about it.
You're charged with making a right-hand turn on red on Westminster and Manton.
Yes.
What do you want to tell me?
I'm guilty.
You guilty?
Yeah. Oh, I'm used to being guilty. I've been with my wife for 17 years.
I'm guilty.
Yep.
Right? Okay. You may not be guilty on this. We're going to take a look at it.
The only exception is there's a sign that prohibits the right-hand turn, but at this location, on the date and time he made the right turn, there was no sign there. Now he can go home and tell his wife he won the case. Judge Frank asked what he had to say to his wife if she was watching.
At this location, on the date and time that you went through that you made the right-hand turn, there was not a sign there. And your wife is watching and sees you on this argument. What do you want to say to her?
She's gonna say I'm innocent, and then TV show goes off. I'm still guilty.
You're conditioned.
Judge Caprio hears the sad story of a motorist who lost everything when his dad died. It appears that his car wasn't registered. He explained that he'd gotten the car a couple of days ago. It was dropped off when he wasn't in town. They left a plate on it when they dropped it, and when he got home the next morning, the car had a boot.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Roy. Your car's not registered. Why not?
Honestly, I just got the car. They dropped off the car that I wasn't in town. The next morning, when I got there, the car had a boot. I can't register the car unless I get a title.
He revealed that he lives in the car as he's homeless and he has all his stuff in the car. The judge asked if he knew where the car was. He stated that he didn't. Then Judge Frank told him it was at the Low Park and also advised that he went there to pick up his stuff as he was not going to get the car back.
I came here yesterday about it to find out what can I do, and they told me to come today.
First of all, I believe you. The mistake you made was you were driving a car that wasn't registered, had somebody else's plates on it.
The mistake he made was driving a car that wasn't registered and that had somebody else's plate on it. Given Mr. Christian's circumstance, the judge stated that he was going to overlook it. I feel bad for this guy. It's not easy sleeping in a car. He's got $200 worth of fines. The judge explained that his inclination is to keep the name registered in the current name, so the person would be responsible for the tickets.
The only other thing then is for you to get the car, the boot off the car, and that's like $100.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
The court imposed a $100 boot fee, which the judge stated would be paid from the Philomena Fund. That's a fund named after his mom, which consists of donations that are made to the court to use at his discretion to help people who are in need. He'll also be getting the car back, but he can't drive it.
Yeah, I have one of my friends, he does tow, so he'll do me the favor and remove it for me.
You
with
move
no
it so
tow.
you'll have a place to get
Just
it.
take it. I don't even want to deal with the plate.
He stated that he's never had this issue before. He also mentioned that his dad passed away, so it's been really tough. I really hope things work out for this guy.
I never had this issue before. This is my first time. My dad passed away a year ago, so I've been tough.
Hope things work out for you.
Thank you.
You can never tell what a man's going through until he tells you. On to the next case. A motorist who has 4 children with 4 different women describes the challenges of his situation. He has a school zone violation on Chow Street. In addition to that, he has 2 red light violations. The first is on Route 95 and the second is on Branch and Childs.
Honestly, you
I got so much on my mind, so I can't really remember that day. I lost my stepdad from cancer.
You got 4 kids with 4 different women?
Yeah, so I'm just going through it. I ain't trying to blame it on nobody, but you know what I mean?
This guy's got 4 kids and 4 baby mamas. He also lost his stepdad from cancer. So this guy's definitely going through a lot. He made it clear that he wasn't trying to make up excuses because he'd gotten himself into it. Well, thinking about it now, he does have 4 women that can help him pay the fine. What do you think?
It was that easy. I probably have all them stuff paid. He actually was on a show. You had him do the Grape Street slide.
Since his father passed away, he's been looking after his mom, making sure she's all right. He's saying that he's not trying to make excuses, but isn't that really what he's trying to do? We knew it wasn't really related to the ticket, so why bring it up?
This is the service road to Route 95. Take a look.
Yeah, so I probably was.
Oh, she was cussing at you.
Yeah, all the time.
In his defense, his oldest wife was cursing at him, and it was definitely over a mindless issue. Judge Frank asked what she could have been cursing him out for. He explained that it was because he was trying to chastise his son, who always wants to cry and call his mom. Well, it's backfiring on her now as he's trying to discipline him.
She's the first.
She's the first.
Yeah,
Yeah. And how old is the kid?
he's 14.
Oh. You want to borrow this when you talk to him?
I can't even do it. Nowadays, you can't even do that.
It's gotten pretty bad that he's even scared to discipline him because she might put him in jail. He's already got a record and wouldn't want to get more of that.
But you have 5 children. You have 5 different wives. So tell me the joys about being a parent with these 5 kids.
Especially like when my childhood growing up, you know what I mean? I wasn't perfect.
That's a lot of responsibility that he has to deal with. According to him, he doesn't really have money, but he's trying his best to be there. It's good to know that he's got such a strong love and interest in his kids that he keeps in contact with them and tries to put them on the right path in every way.
Contact with them and try to paste them on the right path in a way, so keep that up. That's going to cost you a total of $50.
All right, thank you.
Just gonna say, if you discipline your kids at an early age, it won't become a burden when they get older. On to the next case. In this one, a daughter helps make a judgment on her mom's case. Not all kids know what they want to be when they grow up, but Janice wants to be a teacher and not a judge. She wants to help other people improve their lives.
You want to come up here and help me out? Come on. 6 years old. Wow. And you go to school?
Yes.
Someday think you want to be, when you get older, like a judge or somebody, not older like me, but just older.
I wanted to be a teacher.
You still want to be a teacher?
Yes.
Now, would you like to be a judge, like for about 5 minutes?
Yes.
And trying to help me out, okay?
Okay.
And you promise.
Judge Frank explained that her mom was charged with parking on a sidewalk and the fine is $100. She hasn't paid the ticket, so there are penalties in addition to the $100. They then asked her to give an explanation so that they can make a decision. Well, let's find out how good of a judge Janice is.
Your mom is charged with parking on a sidewalk. Now, she hasn't paid the ticket. We're going to ask her to give us an explanation. This was at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They was having a party, and I didn't want nobody to hit my car.
She then went upstairs, but the police were there. It seemed like they were going to shut down the party, so she couldn't come outside. When she eventually came out, she had already been issued the ticket. Judge Frank listed out a couple of choices that she could pick from.
That's your explanation. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Even if I wanted to move the car, I couldn't because the police were downstairs. So we can give her all the penalties, and we can waive the penalties so she pays no penalties.
They could also do a number 3, give her a break, cut the fine in half, or charge her $50, or they could do a number 4 and charge her 0. The real fine is $300 with the penalties. The original fine's $100, and if you cut that in half, it would be $50, and the other 0.
We'll give her a break. We'll cut the fine in half. The real fine is $300 with the penalties. So I am stuck. What would you do to be fair about this whole thing? How much would you charge?
50.
So you want to charge her $50.
That's fair enough, isn't it? What do you think? She's in court with her mom, her sister, and her uncle, and due to the fact that they've been in court since 8, well, she hasn't even had a chance to have breakfast yet. So the judge decided to make a deal with her mom by dismissing the case so she could buy her breakfast.
Now, I noticed that you're here with your mom. Who else are you here with? Wait a minute. You're here with your mom. Who else are you here with?
My sister.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything for this
'cause we
morning.
have to
My
come
stomach
here.
was actually starving.
Now, if she buys you breakfast when you leave, then I'll dismiss it.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. Well, thank you so much. You did a great job.
That was a smart kid. She didn't think it was unfair because it was her mom. She made a fair decision, and that was beautiful to watch. On to the next case. Can a motorist flirt her way out of a ticket by complimenting Judge Caprio, Inspector Quinn, and Inspector Kerrigan? It appears that the judge knew her father, and he'd said good things about her.
Morning, Kayla.
How are you?
You come here to check my health?
I'm just asking how you are.
You know my dad, actually.
I do?
Yeah, Louis Mansalillo.
Oh, that's your dad, huh?
Yes.
Frank, he says, you'll never believe it. He says, I have a daughter. He says, she has more money. He says, she don't care.
I love my dad. He's a good guy.
We're getting family secrets here.
Judge Frank asked her how she thought Inspector Quinn and Inspector Kerrigan looked. She stated that they were both handsome and good-looking men. She's stealing the hearts of the decision makers. She was charged with going through a red light on Roger Williams Avenue.
Nope, didn't stop.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like walk and stuff. I do have a handicap sticker.
I mean, so you come in, you tell me I look good, but Inspector Quinn and Inspector Kerrigan are handsome.
So?
It appears that she has 18 pins and a plate in her right ankle due to a severe car accident she had back in 2017. She explained that it's hard to walk, and she also has a handicap sticker. Judge Frank complained that she'd given the inspectors the best compliment and not him. Is that jealousy we hear?
Other than me talking to the mirror, I've never heard that.
I mean, Colleen, your wife must tell you something. You're from Johnston, right?
Yes.
Is that the Italian flag you have?
Yes.
Standard.
Oh, if it's mandatory?
Standard procedure, and it's a mandatory requirement.
You gotta have it either on the car or on the mask now.
Judge Frank Caprio and a passionate librarian find that they share a common love for books. She has 2 tickets, one on Green Street at an expired meter, and the other, which is also on Green Street as well, but for parking in a prohibited area.
So I actually have a parking pass for both of those spots because I work at Providence Public Library. And
Have them get up here.
She explained that she's a digital technician and she also works with special collections at the library. She went further to explain that they're working on something called the Lou Costa Collection, which is the historic photographs of the Boys and Girls Club. So she's been scanning those and writing metadata and descriptions for them to be online. That sounds like a fun job.
Back in those days, there wasn't any television or all that stuff, so I used to travel the world by going to the library.
Judge Frank explained that he used to travel the world to the library and take books out. Then you have to bring the books back. He was a voracious reader back then. Just walking into the building and seeing the order of the books was exhilarating. Well, I can definitely relate to that.
Serve a great purpose. I'm not sure they utilize as much as they should be. I think this cut into the library, right?
no.
The judge apologized to her boyfriend, saying he didn't mean to embarrass her.
You make a great appearance before the court, and you're a good sport. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
I'm okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.